Hello. Hello.
Hello. Welcome to my legendary chamber where all the YouTube magic happens. Maybe you could start by introducing yourselves because you're very mysterious people. There's very little information on you out there on the internet, despite you having like a YouTube channel and everything.
Yeah, we're mysterious. My name is Kaya.
And I'm Leah. And we're sisters, and we are the Dreamers production in the internet.
Yeah.
And mostly do Raven Cycle cosplay stuff.
I have a couple questions for you. Are you ready?
Yes. We're ready.
So, like most of your content, like maybe all of your content actually is like cosplay stuff. So I was always wondering, like, who is your target demographic? Like, are you specifically making these videos only for people who are in the fandom already, for them to enjoy? Because I get how it is enjoyable. Or are you like making them to introduce people to this amazing series of the Raven Cycle and the Dreamer trilogy? I am genuinely curious because like you are the first people I've ever seen do cosplay on YouTube. I was not aware it was a thing beforehand, so I'm not sure how it works and what's like the point. I get why I enjoy it, but I don't know like what's the point in your head.
Yeah, so it started with us watching other cosplay videos from Ghostfish Prod and Dog's Breakfast films. I don't know if you know them maybe. And we were always like so in awe of them and like it's so much fun watching them that we just thought like, why don't we just try it? And yeah, somehow here we are.
Yeah, we're just really like in awe most of the time. We were thinking like, yeah, we could never pull this off. And one day we bought a Coca-Cola t-shirt. We had nothing in the beginning. We just had the Coca-Cola t-shirt and we made some leather bracelets for Ronin, and we were on holiday. And
we bought a yellow polo shirt.
Yeah, we had a yellow polo shirt. There was everything we had.
We didn't have any wigs in our first videos, so
just did it for fun because we thought, yeah, maybe we can try to be as cool as the other people on the internet.
Yeah, that was mainly the idea. So we never really made it for people who don't know the books because, I don't know, we loved the book, so we made it for us mostly in the beginning. Like we didn't even thought to share it first.
Yeah.
Like when we made our first video, we didn't upload it for some months and then we thought, let's try. Maybe someone will watch it. And some people did, so we made more.
It is so wholesome to hear someone admit that like the reason they're doing something is I want to and it's fun, and I genuinely want to do that because nowadays it feels like you have to have like an objective serious reason, like you're going to get an extra credit for it at college or something, or you're gonna make money doing that. And I don't know, it just warms my heart to hear these words from because it's so cute.
I mean, I think our videos are more directed to an audience who knows all the books and the story, because we love the details. We like spend so much time in putting as much tiny details in there as possible, and also like the quotes we have in some of the videos, you can only really like appreciate them if you know them, and even you don't even have the chance to read them sometimes because then the shot would be too long or something. But if you really know it and you like take your time with the videos, then you can appreciate it. So, but I guess also other people who do not know the books have fun watching it, we hope, because it looks nice.
We have some people who told us that they show our videos to people to convince them to read the books.
That's the best thing.
Which is like a huge compliment. So that works too, I guess.
Yeah. Another question. Since you love what you're doing so much, I want to dig deeper and I want to ask you, what do you enjoy more? Like, I don't know, it's unfair to ask you to choose, but if you had to choose, like, what is more precious to you? Your connection with the story itself, or like the fandom built around it and what you get from being in the fandom and interacting with other people?
I would say it's definitely first like the personal connection to the books, because this is kind of the reason why we're doing it. We're not really like, we don't really think about the audience that much when we're doing it. We're just like, we have this amazing idea and let's go into the woods and be an perish. And that's basically everything we do. And and it's like also we have the books own a special place in our hearts, and we're trying to show other people how we see them and what we like about them, but they're never gonna get all of it, which we like connect with them. So it's like really this, especially like Dreamer Trilogy is really personal stuff in there, kind of. And so it's always like, first we have like, oh, this one line is really one sentence that like affects us personally or something, and let's make a video about it anyway because we love it and we have fun doing it. And yeah, but the interactions with other people is like a plus to that. It's an extra thing, which is so amazing. It's so cool to have like collabs and songs written, and we're
Indra Cranberry let us like make videos to our songs, and that's like the coolest thing. Journal that I'm making at the moment, people send so much stuff, and like I don't know, I feel like there's something in there from so many people all over the world, and which is kind of really cool.
So beautiful.
So that's like a cool connection with the fandom, and kind of interactive, and how they can end up in our videos.
I don't know, the fandom is so creative. It's so beautiful to watch how everyone is like inspiring other people. And I don't know, I think this is really the most beautiful thing, when one person manages to inspire other people doing other stuff, which is similarly artsy. And this is so cool if you're like, yeah, I wrote a song, yeah, we're gonna do the video for that, and all because this one book we read. That's amazing.
I wanted to ask you this question because I have been very insecure like my entire reading life, because I have never ever been active in any fandom at all. Like, I've never interacted with other readers. I don't know what it is. Like, I was pretty socially anxious back at school, like my entire life basically. And I also, I don't know, I was afraid to like share opinions. I was insecure that the other person, I'm still like, it's so silly, but sometimes I read like a very cool, very precise meme on some book I love, and I'm like, I don't remember these details. How does this other person know this book better than I do?
Yeah, I know that feeling.
I'm trying to break this habit, because yeah, I see you interacting with like other people in the fandom all the time, and the way you guys like gush about stuff is just, I want to join in, you know? It sounds fun.
Welcome. Before the Raven Cycle, we also never were active in any fandoms.
No.
Like, we kind of grew up with fandoms. We were always in a fandom somewhere, but never shared it online because we had each other and could just like talk about it.
You're lucky.
Yeah, and now with the Raven Cycle is the first where we like actively share stuff, and it's scary sometimes, but it's also really nice because people are really cute.
Yeah, that's true.
Speaking about scary, do you ever have like criticisms and like negative commentary and stuff, like people disagreeing with the way you portrayed something, or like minute details?
We haven't actually yet, so
No.
we're still quite small accounts, I guess. I think we have like 2 dislikes or something. So
Brutal.
Yes.
You're so courageous to keep going after this.
I know.
Speaking about like being creative in a fandom and inspiring each other, I was always wondering, like, how does creating fan content affect you as a creative? Because it's very different, isn't it? Creating something original and creating something in the constraints of a fandom. And while on one hand, like, constraints are good for fostering creativity, in my opinion, and sometimes it's easier to manage all of your ideas and talent when you're given specific roles to work within? Do you feel restricted? Like, do you feel like you need to like break from the confines of the fandom to like truly blossom as your true creative selves? Or is it just helpful? Is it something you are satisfied with for now or forever?
So for us, creating was always kind of connected to a fandom. Like, as I said, we were like always in fandoms and always creating stuff to it.
Yes.
I know Divergence, the Hunger Games, here, and so all these phases. And we always created stuff, and so it was always kind of bound to a fandom, so it just feels natural to us to create.
It's also like, it makes it really easy if you have like this framework you're given. So, and you already have an audience, kind of. You have the fandom who's going to like it, probably. Hopefully. But if they love the books and you love the books and you try to communicate that, you have a basis where you start off, which is kind of, it's a really nice thing. It's like nice to have like your first steps into the creative world in a setting which is kind of like set, which is where you have your directions kind of with characters you don't need to invent all by yourself. I mean, creating original stuff would be amazing, would be a next step somehow, but right now at the moment we're quite happy with what we're doing, and also enjoying it because there's still there's still a new book, there's another book coming, which
like we make these videos to cope with the pain these books cause, so
it's actually just
coping mechanism.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like, because what you do is not like monetizable right now because it cannot be commercialized, it cannot be like called productive enough, do you ever struggle with feeling like it is like useless to put all of this effort and all of this love into your projects? Because your projects take like incredible amounts of work. I am always so impressed, like all of the props, all of the costumes, all of the editing, all of the like seeking the right location. It's always done very well. And like I would be so torn apart each time because I would be like, oh my God, why am I doing this? What if I'm losing time? You know?
Yeah, since you mostly do it just for fun and for us, that question is really easy to answer because it's just, we do it with so much fun, and like it's my favorite hobby to just make these videos, and it's kind of what we do together whenever we are like home together, and it's like what we do during vacations and on weekends, and it's just so much fun, and it's a way how we can put our love for these characters out there, and
because we're only like 2 people, it helps. Being just 2 people helps in the regards of like you don't have to do that much scheduling. You just need to feel clear. We're like just the 2 of us, and then we go out, and if a scene doesn't work, we try again the next day or something. It's like lots of luck sometimes, and like at the beginning we didn't have wigs or anything. We were just like we're just
running around with the camera.
We didn't even see ourselves as cosplayers for a long time because we didn't really were. We just made videos where you could see hands and
t-shirt
and forests and
it's always motivating if you have like people watching stuff and like commenting, and it's like with the journal is one example because I actually didn't plan to make such a big thing out of it, but like people like reacted so nicely and were like so excited about it that I was like, okay, I'm gonna do more pages. And so I guess it can be motivating, but I think we would also continue doing videos if like 3 people would watch them because it's just so much fun and how we cope.
We didn't even expect anyone to watch our stuff. We didn't like. And then some people did, and it was really nice.
Yeah, and then the people like that inspired us, like other cosplayers, watched suddenly our videos, and you're like extremely nervous, and like, oh my God, what are you doing here? You're like real cosplayers, and you're just like trying.
Yeah.
Going back to your love for certain characters and you being 2 people, you know where this is going, right? Basically, I have a question about your favorite characters. And I was wondering, what is your relationship with them? Is it closer to like them being your role models and you admiring certain traits they possess, or like certain decisions they make and actions they pull off? Or is it closer to like, oh my God, you're such a mess, me too? I could ask this anyone, and it's an interesting question, but like, I know your favorite characters. I know your favorite characters are Adam Parrish and Ronan Leach, so like they're a mess, but like at the same time, fucking icons, you know?
Yeah, this is kind of like the difficulty of this question, because yes, we admire them for being intensely human and for everything they're doing. And like, it's role model is maybe a difficult word, because like it's not like we try to be, we like see them, we want to be like that character, but it's more like, yeah, I admire this one trait you have, and this is something that I like this one trait in you, Ronan.
Or character development, like I hugely admire Aaron Parrish's character development, or like also Ronan's, also even though their coping mechanisms are like a mess, especially in the Dream Anthology, but I think there's still a lot to admire.
And the best thing about them is this imperfection of them, because this makes them so much more human than so many other characters in books, which makes them those characters we love the most, kind of.
Yeah, so relatable.
There's humanity in the characters. Yes.
Who's your favorite character, by the way?
I deeply love Declan. I am so invested in him. I like like, and I relate to him the most, I believe. So
yeah,
but at the same time, he's like hot.
Yeah, especially after the Dream Anthology, it's like so much character there. First, you just thought he's like the older brother of Ronan. You didn't really know him, but after the Dream Anthology,
he's amazing. Yeah.
He also has a lot in common with Adam Parrish, so I really think that's also the reason why I love him so much.
So now that I like the older version of Adam Parrish.
Yeah, kinda. I mean,
yes,
definitely some
good news for us Declan fans. Maggie Stewart, I believe, posted on one of her socials that her editor told her that she's written a nice Declan book about her book in the Dreamer trilogy. So I'm hyped. And also, I like, back when I read it in middle school, especially, I fucking loved Kavinsky because I'm a sucker for another hinged, queer-coded king.
We're not really that big Kavinsky fans, but I definitely get the hype around him.
Yes. For some reason, I always felt like Ronan did him dirty, like Ronan really like stabbed him in the back or something, and like I cannot argue why that's the case, but I'm like, I know it in my heart. I know that he did him dirty, and and Ronan should apologize to his ghost.
How did you see our videos for the first time?
Oh, I know. And it's cool that you've asked me, because I need to let the internet know about this. I actually have an idea, and I've had this idea for a very long time, for a video and writing project. Since I really need to get back to writing, it's like the love of my life, and I never feel better than when I'm writing. So I want to show to people who have never ever read a single book in the Raven Cycle cosplay videos, and I want to ask them what they think the plot is, and who all these people are, and what their relationships are, you know, and what is their character. And after that, I'm going to write this as a fan fiction.
Oh, well, that's a good idea. Oh, nice.
So that's why I was searching on the internet for cosplayers, and you popped up, and it was amazing. And I'm very glad I found you.
Oh, that's such a cool story.
Yeah. I think it's also really cool, like, to see how, like, there's so many cosplay music videos to it, but like, it's all to the Raven Cycle, but everyone has kind of like a different video and like tells a different story, because there's just so many like plot lines, and like every person like chooses another story to tell with their videos. So it's kind of really cool to see how each person views it differently.
Wanna say something as a way of like saying your goodbyes or something?
Do it for Adam Parrish.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the interview.
Thank
it
you
was
for
really
having us
fun.
here.
Yeah.
That was really cool. I think we never did something like that before, but
And also really interesting questions. So.
yeah, your questions are really cool.
Yeah.
Whoa, what a shockingly abrupt cut. Why would I do that? Well, it's a shameless manipulation on my part to get you to listen to an update on the situation here in Russia. If you are Russian, you can click off the video now. I hope you enjoyed it. Go take care of yourself, please. It may be hard for you to imagine living out there in the free world, but this video in English on a completely different topic feels like the only safe space I can talk about the news right now. Let me tell you why. Basically, our government introduced a couple new laws, including making spreading fake news about the war a felony. And by fake news, they mean any news that paint them in a bad light. Moreover, it is also a felony to criticize any actions our military takes, not to mention calling for protests or any other sort of, rebellious activity. The police have already started going through people's phones in the subway, so I guess privacy has officially been brutally murdered over here, and we're never seeing it again. The protests are still going on. If you stopped hearing about them all of a sudden from your Russian friends on the social media, what I just told you about the laws is probably why, but the protests are still going. However, the police are getting more and more violent towards the protesters. They're using tasers. We have evidence that people are being tortured after being detained. Unfortunately, nothing new for Russia, but it's still scary. Meanwhile, every single day, more and more of our ties with the Western world, or like the rest of the world in general, are being severed. Hundreds of companies, from BMW to Netflix to Disney to Zara to McDonald's, anything you might imagine, any sphere of your life, we're losing something every single day because they're seizing their activity on our territory. I mean, I'm not blaming them. The conditions are unbearable. It is not possible to thrive over here anymore for anyone. Another fun fact is that we are now barred from transferring money to any other countries, and people from any other countries are barred from transferring money to us. A lot of sweet folks on the internet have been sending me hope, but I gotta admit, guys, at this point, we're out of it. It is very unrealistic to be hoping for the situation to resolve itself peacefully, happily, and for us to just go back to normal. Right now, we're just doing our best to keep ourselves safe, to keep our loved ones safe, and we're desperately trying to figure out a way to not let our futures go down the drain. Most people I know are considering fleeing, but as you might imagine, it is not very easy, and for a lot of people it is basically impossible. I'm going to leave you on a very positive note, just so you realize how desperate we are over here and how exhausted we were by the regime even before the war started. Basically, in the first days after all hell broke loose, the Russian side of the internet blossomed with dozens and dozens of jokes, all saying the exact same thing. The only way for all of this to end and for us to be happy ever again is for our dear head of state to perish, be it from natural causes like his old age or by other means if necessary. Now I gotta end my video in that silly little way I end all my videos, because routines and the sense of normalcy are supposed to keep me sane. And now without an awkward outro, bye bye!
Wanna say something as a way of like saying your goodbyes or something?
Do it for Adam Parish.
Yeah.